What if there were a town in New York where people come to speak with spirits? Or a small village that fills with alien parades every year because so many UFO sightings are reported in its skies? There is even a town whose identity is built on the legend of a Headless Horseman who is said to still haunt its dark roads to this very day. It sounds like the plot of a horror movie or science fiction story, but all of these places truly exist, and every one of them is located in New York. Most people imagine New York as only New York City, a huge, busy, modern place filled with towering skyscrapers. But once you leave Manhattan and explore the smaller towns, you begin to discover a much stranger side of New York. Along the banks of the Hudson River, about 30 miles from New York City, sits a small village whose identity is built around a legend. Sleepy Hollow became famous because of the classic story, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, written by Washington Irving in 1820. From that tale came the iconic figure of the Headless Horseman, a rider without a head who is said to haunt the dark roads of this village. What makes it unique is that Sleepy Hollow fully embraces the legend as part of its town identity. Every autumn, especially as Halloween approaches, the village turns into a popular horror tourism destination with parades, festivals, and nighttime tours inspired by folklore. Thousands of visitors come simply to experience the misty atmosphere and its colonial history. One of the most famous places is Sleepy Hollow Cemetery, an old graveyard that is also the final resting place of Washington Irving. In western New York, near Lake Erie, there is a small community often called the most famous center of spiritualism in the world. Lily Dale was founded in the late 19th century as a gathering place for followers of spiritualism, a belief that the spirits of the dead can communicate with the living through mediums. Today, this small town still preserves that unique identity. Many residents are professional mediums who offer spiritual readings, spirit communication sessions, and different forms of metaphysical consultation. Every summer, thousands of visitors arrive to attend lectures, spiritual workshops, and demonstrations of mediumship. One of the most well-known locations is Inspiration Stump, a wooded area where mediums deliver spirit message readings in front of the public. In the rural Hudson Valley region, about 70 miles from New York City, there is a small village with a rather unusual nickname, the UFO Capital of the East Coast. Pine Bush is known for dozens of reports describing mysterious flying objects that have appeared since the middle of the 20th century. Local residents and visitors often claim to see strange lights floating in the night sky above the Hudson Valley, especially during the major wave of UFO sightings in the 1980s. Over time, these stories slowly shaped Pine Bush's reputation as one of the most famous UFO hotspots in the eastern United States. Instead of avoiding that reputation, the town celebrates it. Every year, Pine Bush hosts the Pine Bush UFO Fair, a unique festival filled with alien parades, space costumes, and many events themed around extraterrestrial life. If Pine Bush is known for UFO stories and mysteries in the sky, Woodstock is famous for something far more grounded, an alternative culture that has lived there for decades. Ironically, the legendary Woodstock Festival did not actually take place in Woodstock. The iconic 1969 event was held about 40 miles away in Bethel. However, the name Woodstock had already been known as a center for artists, musicians, and free thinkers since the early 20th century. For decades, this small town in the Catskills has attracted many creative types, from painters and writers to musicians and spiritual practitioners. Art galleries, crystal shops, yoga studios, and alternative communities became part of everyday life. Even today, Woodstock still keeps its reputation as one of the most bohemian towns in New York State. If Woodstock is known for its hippie culture and art community, Rosendale brings that strangeness to an even more unique level. This small town in the Hudson Valley was once a major cement industry center in the 19th century, but after that industry collapsed, Rosendale slowly transformed into a creative community full of character. Artists, musicians, and different alternative groups began settling here, turning the small town into a place famous for its quirky events. One of the most well-known is the Rosendale International Pickle Festival, a festival dedicated to pickles. Thousands of people arrive every year to taste many kinds of pickles, enjoy music, and join unusual activities. But the most iconic event may be the Rosendale Halloween Parade, a nighttime parade filled with giant handmade lanterns, creative costumes, and an artistic atmosphere that almost feels like a fantasy world. If Rosendale is known for its quirky festivals, New Paltz feels like a larger and more vibrant center of alternative energy. This small town grew as a college town influenced by the State University of New York at New Paltz, bringing thousands of students, artists, and activists into the community. Since the 1960s, New Paltz has been known as a place where hippie culture, peace movements, and environmental activism developed. Even today, that influence remains strong. Its main street is filled with organic shops, independent cafes, crystal stores, and small businesses that reflect an alternative lifestyle. Outside the downtown area, the region is also known for historic sites such as historic Huguenot Street, one of the oldest preserved settlement areas in the United States. If New Paltz is known for its campus community and activism, Saugerties carries a strange atmosphere that feels a little more legendary. This small town along the Hudson River is known for its creative arts community, local galleries, and the relaxed charm typical of the Hudson Valley. But what truly makes it unique is its connection to a mysterious creature, Bigfoot. Every year, Saugerties hosts the Hudson Valley Bigfoot Festival, an event celebrating the legend of the giant hairy creature that people claim has been seen in the forests of this region. The festival attracts cryptid researchers, mystery enthusiasts, and tourists who come simply to enjoy the unusual atmosphere. During the event, the downtown area fills with Bigfoot costumes, seminars about mysterious creatures, and nighttime cryptid-themed tours in the surrounding forests. Nyack has its own mystery, old houses believed to be haunted. This small town on the Hudson River has long been known as a bohemian community that attracts artists, writers, and musicians. In the late 19th century, Nyack grew into a busy port town. Many large Victorian-style homes were built along streets overlooking the river. When times changed and the port industry faded, those old buildings remained, creating the atmosphere of a historic town full of character. Over time, many paranormal stories began to emerge from those old houses. Night-walking tours often guide visitors past historic buildings that are believed to have supernatural activity. Meanwhile, Cold Spring offers a mysterious atmosphere that comes directly from the nature surrounding it. This small village along the Hudson River sits at the base of the Hudson Highlands, a mountainous region long filled with local legends and paranormal stories. One of the most famous places near Cold Spring is Breakneck Ridge, a steep hiking trail often covered in fog and known among locals for its eerie reputation. Some folklore even mentions strange sightings in the nearby forests. But the uniqueness of Cold Spring does not come only from its legends. The village is also famous for its main street lined with antique shops, small galleries, and well-preserved 19th century buildings. Beacon is known for a transformation that is quite unusual. The town was once an important industrial center along the Hudson River, with large factories dominating the local economy for more than a century. But when industry began collapsing in the late 20th century, many empty factory buildings were left behind. Instead of letting them decay, artists and creative developers started turning those industrial spaces into galleries, studios, and art venues. A major turning point came when the contemporary art museum Dia Beacon opened inside a former large printing factory. The museum quickly attracted artists, collectors, and visitors from around the world. Today, Beacon is recognized as one of the most dynamic art communities in the Hudson Valley. If Beacon evolved into a modern art town, Ithaca has long been known as one of the most unique cities in New York State. The city developed as a major education center because it is home to two large institutions, Cornell University and Ithaca College. The presence of thousands of students, researchers, and artists has created a city culture that is highly progressive and experimental. Ithaca is famous for its alternative communities, from environmental movements and organic farming to creative social projects rarely seen in small American towns. One of the most famous slogans here is "Ithaca is gorgeous." The phrase is not only a play on the word gorgeous, but also refers to the dozens of dramatic gorges and waterfalls surrounding the city, including Ithaca Falls. If Ithaca is known for its alternative culture, Salem offers a type of strangeness that feels more historical. Located in the rural northern region of New York, this small town often confuses people because its name is strongly associated with Salem, the famous site of the Salem witch trials. Although those witch trials did not happen here, Salem still embraces the mystical reputation attached to its name. Every autumn, especially near Halloween, community events themed around witches, legends, and folklore are often held to attract visitors. In addition, the town is known for its quiet rural atmosphere, 19th century historic buildings, and a small community that continues to preserve local traditions. The combination of its famous name, peaceful countryside setting, and touches of legend makes Salem feel a little different from other small towns in northern New York. If Sleepy Hollow is famous for the legend of the Headless Horseman, its neighboring town, Tarrytown, also lives in the shadow of folklore and history that feel just as mysterious. Located along the Hudson River, this small town has a close connection to the classic story The Legend of Sleepy Hollow by Washington Irving, whose setting includes the areas around both Tarrytown and Sleepy Hollow. Tarrytown itself is filled with 19th century historic buildings, old streets, and grand houses believed to hold many supernatural stories. One of the most famous landmarks is Lyndhurst Mansion, a Gothic revival mansion often linked to ghost tales and paranormal tours. In addition, the town has a lively downtown area with art galleries, theaters, and small restaurants that still preserve its historic atmosphere. Lake Placid presents a kind of strangeness that comes from the wild mountain landscape. This small town in the Adirondack Mountains is internationally known for hosting the 1980 Winter Olympics and the 1932 Winter Olympics, making it one of the few small towns that has hosted the Winter Games twice. But beyond its sports history, the Adirondack region is also filled with folklore and cryptid legends. The vast forests surrounding Lake Placid have, for centuries, inspired many stories about mysterious creatures said to roam the mountains. One of the most famous is the Adirondack Bigfoot, a large hairy creature often connected with strange sightings reported deep in the remote forests of the region. If Lake Placid is surrounded by the mysterious Adirondack forests, Greenport offers a uniqueness shaped by the sea. This small town sits at the end of the North Fork on Long Island and has been known since the 19th century as an important harbor for fishermen, shipbuilders, and sailors. Its maritime history can still be strongly felt today. Old wooden docks, classic boats, and historic harbor buildings create the feeling of a seaside town that almost seems frozen in time. One of the most notable places is the East End Seaport Museum, which holds many stories about sailors' lives and the region's sailing history. Yet Greenport does not live only on its past. In recent decades, the town has grown into a small arts community with galleries, craft shops, and many unique local festivals, from sea-themed celebrations to quirky community events.